Scientific Development Council, Mr. Junze Wu, to give us an opening remark. Director Wu, please.
Okay. Good evening, distinguished guests and speakers from Taiwan's outstanding suppliers of epidemic prevention products. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening in Taiwan, good morning in America, and good afternoon in Europe. On behalf of the Taiwan External Trade Development Council, TAITRA, I would like to extend a warm welcome to everyone participating in today's anti-COVID-19 products webinar. As the coronavirus continues to spread, we are honored to have 5 Taiwanese companies joining the TAITRA for today's webinar. Taiwan's leading companies integrate high-quality products and collaborate with the Taiwanese government in our fight against COVID-19. Through today's event, we present surgical masks, isolation gowns, nucleic acid extractor, a UVC disinfection robot system, and fever screening solutions. For more information about our company's products, TAITRA is willing to schedule online trade meetings for you after the webinar. Before I conclude, I would like to thank you again for taking part in today's event. We hope you can find suitable products or solutions to defend ourselves from the coronavirus. I would like to wish you all good health and be safe during this challenging time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director Wu, for the informative remarks. For our next following sections, we will have 5 presentations from different companies focusing on anti-COVID-19 products. Without further ado, let's start the first presentation by Ms. Cherry Wang from Maryland to introduce their UVC disinfection robot system. Cherry, please.
Our hyperlight solutions to help the world with the global pandemic on COVID-19. My name is Cherry Wen, and on behalf of Medina, I'm here to introduce hyperlight disinfection robot and how it could help the global pandemic. Medilane has a 35 years experience in leading brand of operating rooms equipment, and now also the expert in UVC disinfections. So here's our product portfolios under the operation room equipment. We have operation table, surgical lights, and also operation communication systems. And today I'm going to focusing on the disinfection unit, which is our hyperlight disinfection robot. So why we develop a disinfection system? Because in the hospitals, there's a high chance of cross-infections. And we have been asking by the hospitals to introduce effective disinfection technology to help the healthcare workers to be protected from the hospital infections and also to protect patients stay in the hospitals. Like hospital-associated infections, HAI. Especially according to the GE reports, each year the hospital stays has 5 chances of contacting an HAI. And every year around 1.7 million people get infected by hospital-associated infections, which leads to around 98,000 of people killed each year by the HAIs. And coming to look at since 2020, the global outbreak on COVID-19, up until Friday last week, the confirmed case raised up to 15 million of people and led to more than 600,000 people deaths. In Taiwan, so far there are only 7 deaths, and up until Friday last week, around only 100 days, no local cases. That's why effective method to help the environment infection is needed. That's why we have introduced hyperlight disinfection robots. We apply UVC germicidal wavelengths at 254 nanometers. This is actually the most effective germicidal wavelengths to kill the pathogen by damaging the bonds between the nucleotides and inhibiting the DNA and RNA replications. So what's the core value of hyperlight? It's argon UVC lamp. It's a high power density of UVC output, which means that it is could produce effective UVC to damaging to disinfect the environment, and the only takes 5 to 10 minutes per cycle to disinfect the surface environment. And it is the lamp life lasts 12,000 hours, which means the average use before to change a lamp is around more than 5 years to change. And it is ozone-free, which means that once after the process, you can straight enter into the rooms without any waiting time. Another core value of hyperlight is its high reflective and rotational reflectors. The reflector is coated with reflective coating, which is able to enhance and double the UVC dosage delivered to the target area. And also the rotational reflectors able to swing these reflectors and covering 360 degrees. Coverage performs 5 meters irradiations. So the killing pathogens efficacy is up to 99.99% to 99.9999%, which is 4 to 6 log reductions. And we have clinical report available. And also we have accredited studies on the effective of hyperlight use in the hospitals and how effective it is to reduce the multi-drug resistant pathogens. And here's also a third study on the high-touch area in the patient rooms. Those areas are highly risk for the cross-contaminations between the patients and the healthcare workers. And you can see how effective it is after using the hyperlight. We also have third study on influenza A, RNA virus, influenza A, influenza B, and also enterovirus. Other than that, you can see the effective is showing within 5 minutes, you can already see the reduction of the pathogens RNA virus. And also we have latest study on coronavirus that it is showing that within 1 minute, you already see the reduction result on coronavirus study. In Taiwan, there are more, half of the university hospitals in Taiwan have installed hyperlights, such as the leading national Taiwan university hospitals. They have installed mostly in ICU, emergency rooms, and also operating rooms. Other than hospitals, we also have installed hyperlights in Taiwanese Congress, in the meditation rooms, in the Tzu Chi foundations, and also office areas that you can apply hyperlights to help the environment to reduce the contact of pathogens. And other than Taiwan, internationally, we have installed in China, Malaysia, India, Thailand, Namibia, and also in South America, Ecuador, and also in Europe, we have a number of installations in Romania, Portugal, and also to Hungary, Italy, Chile, and Poland. So other than hospitals, hyperlight can be installed in nursing homes, clinic, supermarket, kindergarten, and hotels. All these areas can be considered to have installed hyperlights to protect the healthcare workers and also the general public. So let me just quickly recap on how hyperlight is a solution to help the globe with the COVID-19 pandemic. It is very quick. It only takes 5 to 10 minutes per cycle to disinfect a room covering 5 meters irradiations. And also, it is safe that we have in place many features to protect the user direct exposure to the UVC. It is effective that we have clinical report available, and we have CE and ETO, all the necessary certificates available to install in your countries. Okay, here I'm going to show you a video clip to show how to use hyperlights in your daily disinfection protocols and how it is to help the healthcare workers.
Hello guys, my name is Jay. I'm the product manager of Hyperlight, and the device you can see is the Hyperlight. The core technology of Hyperlight is the that it can generate a very high power density of UVC energy to kill the pathogens on the surface in a very short second. And during operation, we have a reflector to reflect the UVC energy from inside to outside and to deliver more energy to the target surface. And the operation is very easy. We could use the button on the handle to do an operation, or we could use the tablet PC we provided to do an operation. operation. And during the operation, we will provide a fast check to help the user to verify how much the UVC dosage has been delivered on the target surface. The operation is very easy. We can use the tablet to do in a wireless control. So click the standard mode, and then click 5 minutes for each location, and then we can key in the room number and the operator, and then click start. During the operation, you can see the reflectors are spinning to increase the UVC coverage and dosage. We have a LED indicator on the top of the machine to show the status of hyperlight. And also we have 4 PR sensors cover 360 degrees to detect human motion. So if someone really break into the process area, hyperlight will shut down immediately to ensure the safety of the healthcare workers. So UVC lights have a very strong ability to kill the pathogens. So we have a UV meter here to show you the energy of the hyperlight. But the penetrative of the UVC light is very weak. So the simple glass and the curtain could block the UVC very well. So in a hospital, we can use the window glass door or use the curtain to separate the area and doing the single bed process. After the operation, you can see the color change is very significant. Only 5 minutes, you can see the energy is increasing about more than 250 millijoule. So you can compare the table here. Actually, the energy is very sufficient to kill each kind of pathogens. And compared to the original one, you can see the significant color change. Hyperlight could provide a quick and effective solution to improve the healthcare quality and reduce the risk of infection.
I hope you have enjoyed my presentation and our video. And you are welcome to follow us more details on hyperlights on our Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn on the screen. Thank you.
Thank you, Cherry, for your presentation. Just a kindly reminder, if you have any question, please leave the question at the below link, which you can see at the bottom of the screen. Our staff will collect the questions and forward them to the speakers. Thank you all for your cooperation. And next, let's welcome Ms. Kathleen Lee from Yiting to present their medical masks and PPE products. Let's welcome.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Kathleen from Yiting, non-woven company in Taiwan. I'm going to introduce you our product, face mask, and other PPE items. We have worked in non-woven industry for over 20 years. At the beginning, we sell mainly food-grade non-woven fabric. But 10 years ago, when H1N1 happened, our Japanese clients trusted our quality and asked us to start a medical mask product line. The clients we worked with were Shimojima, Jabox, Takeda Corporation, KTT, Pason, Conan, Sanwarudo. They are all very famous companies in Japan. President of Taiwan, Yiting Ingwen Tai, has visited 2 out of more than 60 mask manufacturers in Taiwan this year. We are very proud to be one of these 2 in Taiwan due to our very good mask quality. In the next few slides, I'm going to introduce how we choose our material and how we do our quality check. The first layer of our mask is PP, and it is waterproof. Now we are looking for something which the weight of each square meter feet is more consistent in order to reach a better performance on preventing liquid splash. Taiwan is good at static electricity technology. In addition, our 2 melt blown suppliers are the top 2 manufacturers in Taiwan. All the materials BFE, PFE are more than 99%. They also have been working with famous international brands for ages. The third layer, we use ES biocomponent fiber, which is offered by our food-grade nonwoven supplier. The fiber is very friendly to our faces, free of heavy metal. Most consumers say that our masks don't make their ears feel uncomfortable. The flexibility is the key. We have chosen the material which can make the ear loops elasticity greater and adjust to people's faces. For the past 10 years, we always use double-course iron nose wire. This wire has the best ability to fix the wire on your nose bridge. So our masks can cover your nose and your mouth perfectly. And how do we do our quality check? First, we cannot stand any stain on our mask. Any visible dot on our mask makes them bad ones. We have tried for years to look for the best length for ear loops. Our workers check the length on hourly basis, and our tolerance is plus minus 0.5%. Our ear loops can endure up to 1.3 kilograms. We check the strongness on hourly basis. We all know that there are some people from other countries trying to put Made in Taiwan logo on their masks, even though they are not. In order to let our clients and their consumers knowing where the mask they are buying from, we have created a tracking system. Please look at our product right here. Here is our tracking system. Once you use your cell phone to scan the QR code, it leads you to a platform. And you can type in the lot number on the platform. And the platform shows you where this very box of mask, where it comes from, and who produced it. It shows you our workers' faces and names to you. So you can be very feel safe by using our face mask. Okay, please come back. Thank you. And our test reports. You might have heard that some manufacturers claim that their materials BFE, PFE, and VFE reach 99% instead of their products. We believe that the process of production may cause the static electricity weaker. Therefore, we have our mask tested on EN 14683 and also ASTM F2100 on all levels annually to make sure our mask is 100% protecting people. Our masks are also being tested by biocompatibility. We want our international clients to know that our mask won't make your consumer allergic. All the tests mentioned above are going to be run by a third party. We also have CE marking and FDA numbers. Okay, talk about our variety. We have different color of mask. Please look at our product right here. We also have quad pleated mask with 2 nose wire. Right here, yeah. One is on the top of the mask, while the other one is in the middle of mask, which can make more room for your mouth, just like living in a penthouse. You can feel very comfortable by wearing this kind of mask. Yeah, this shape is created by ourselves. Okay, not only to color your mask, we hope to even draw a picture on the mask. This kind of mask allows you to create your own patterns. You can share your thought easily or to respond to current events without even saying any words. You can see the printing on the mask is very colorful, and you can create your own pattern that's totally different from any mask you can see right now. Okay. So right here, you can see our mask. Not only the color we showed you on site, you can also see on my slides, there are so many different colors you can create. And here are also the other colors. Okay, next, I'm going to introduce you briefly our other PPE items. We have nitrile gloves. We have AAMI Level 2 white isolation gowns. And also Level 4 isolation gowns with tape. And a reinforced, breathable, and a comfort isolation gowns. PE gowns. And these reusable isolation gowns, you can see, please, right here. Yes, my colleague, she wears it. And this is Level 3 fabrics. And it has convenience thumb loop on gown, prevents sleeve slide up. Okay, please come back here. And we also have high-class, waterproof, breathable, protective coverall with hood. And this dust-proof clothing, we also call it a flight suit. These flight suits come with a very convenient isolated helmet. Please look at our product right here. So the whole clothing is made of filtering materials, wherein it is equivalent to being protective under a large mask. And so especially I want to mention that this helmet, this is anti-fog. So even you talk inside or you breathe inside, it doesn't make any fog. You can see very clearly through this helmet. And there is a device which makes you breathe easily and make you feel comfortable. Okay, thank you. Please come back. We also have safety goggles, face shield, and disposable buffet caps. Okay, it doesn't move. And we have a shoes cover. Okay. Oh, let me go back. All right. Thank you for listening to my presentation today. And this is Kathleen Lee. And if you are interested in our products, please feel free to contact us. We are very happy to serve you. And please ask any questions on like Facebook or to our website. You can leave a message on our website or contact us through Line or WhatsApp. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cassie, for your presentation. And now let's welcome Ms. Jenny Cho from Syntex. They are going to provide us the disposable and reusable isolation gowns and coveralls. Jenny, please.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jenny from Syntex, and I would like to share with you our company's PPE product. So as the team of Taiwan, we are one of the manufacturers that was chosen to become the national team to provide the PPE gowns for the Taiwanese government. And actually, to let you know that Syntex has been in this market and in this industry for over 31 years. Our main focus is on the performance wear, and that we're able to provide already a lot of outdoor and a lot of other innovation fabrics for a lot of brands around the world. So we have everything is made in Taiwan, and again with our sister company Magictex, this is where we produce the garment. So besides the regular garments that during this pandemic, our team has dedicated ourselves into making the coveralls for the country. So Syntex is a vertical company. So Syntex is the fabric company. And we have G-Fun, they are the one that does the lamination and the coating. And TSG is our sister company that does the seam tape. And of course, the Magictex that I just told you guys before, that this is where we produce our garments. And so because Syntex has actually been quite popular in this market, that we are well known for our innovative product. So we have patents all around the world. And of course, Syntex Protector, this is what we dedicate ourselves to the medical sector in this industry. So of course, during this pandemic, that a lot of people are asking for gowns and protective wears that can withstand different kind of standards. So our team of many R&D people that we do have our own studies into this AAMI and also the European standards as well. So as you can see that I think right now the most important is that you need to have a certification to be able to export and help others outside of Taiwan. So as you can see from here that for the FDA, we do have already the FDA listing, and the 510K is on its way. And then of course for our European customers and friends out there, that our CE mark is also, end of July, which is kind of now. So to share with you that in this market right now, I know there is a lot of PPE going on. And of course, a lot of people started buying the non-wovens, but non-wovens may not be as durable as you think. So for us in Syntex, we have used our own technology, our own fabric mill and dyeing house, and of course, G-Fan to do our coatings. So you can see that for the fabric, we are using woven fabric for more durability. And so we do have different kind of finishings that can stand up to level 1 to 4. And then we do also have our own garment factory magic ticks that can make different kind of gowns. So we have a non-woven and of course the woven, which is a reusable. I think right now that there is a lot of disposables, but it's sometimes difficult to put it in a good place because, if we want to be sustainable after this pandemic, that it is really important to be able to use something that is reusable. So for Syntex gowns, they are all washable. So with this, it comes in, excuse me, let's go back. So with this open gown that we do come in different colors, this is of course to fit different standards of different hospitals. So I'll come across our colleague that will show you the product. So if you can show here. As you can see here, my colleague, he is wearing a level 2 gown. It has the seam tape so that the water spray can stand up to the standard of the AAMI level 2. Thank you. And so besides the level 1 and 2 open back gown, that is of course you could use it for travel purposes. And also we do have this coverall gown. So coveralls, of course, the main point is that it is for people, especially in the medical sector, that they do come close in contact with maybe a patient or some virus. So it is really important that the coverall can stand up to level 4, which is virus penetration and also blood penetration. So our product here, you can see. This is one of as you can see, the tape is a little bit different, and then the front flap does have a double-sided tape, and it has also the hood that is able to cover the whole head, and then of course you could use the different masks that you can use. Thank you. So for Syntex, I know that we do want to play a part in helping the different countries out there, and of course because Taiwan is already getting better, and I think that it is really important that we are able to show our innovation in helping others and to provide where we can. And so we do have experience, very much experience in different kind of waterproof breathable fabrics, and so our product is not only in gown finishing goods, but also in the raw materials, in the fabric as well. So I thank you for listening to us, and I welcome you to Google for Syntex, or even our most famous is Cafe Coffee Mate Fabric. Thanks very much, and I hope everyone stays well and stays healthy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jenny, for your presentation. And if you have any questions for Syntex or eating, please kindly leave the questions on below link. The questions will be answered during the QA session. And for next, let's welcome Mr. Ray Lo for Taiwan Advanced Nanotech, giving us a presentation regarding the world's first fully portable nucleic acid extractor. Ray, please.
Thank you, Cherry. Welcome, everyone. My name is Ray. I'm very happy to be here to present our company, Taiwan Advanced Nanotech, to show how we can do to help you prevent the COVID-19 outbreak. So to be short, our company can provide automated nucleic acid extraction system, which is basically the very important thing for testing of COVID-19 for positive or negative personnel. So our company was established in 2004, and also we have GMP and ISO certificates, also CE or FDA certificates. And our automated nucleic acid extraction system has patents around EU, USA, Canada, Korea, Japan, China, and Taiwan. So this is a global map to see our unique technique of our system, which have patents around different countries. So for basically our system are more focused on molecular diagnostics. So to have 100% molecular diagnostics accuracy, you need to have specimen collection, nucleic acid extraction, and molecular diagnostics. And our company are more focused on nucleic acid extractions. So our advantages is that, to be sure, we have a lot of different certificates to provide. And we are the biggest magnetic nano production factory in Taiwan. And we have different kinds of systems to provide according to customers' needs. So here I will present some case conferences. One is our cooperation with Tican. So Tican is very famous with robotic systems, and our system is combined with them for automated whole process testings. Another case conference is a published article with regards to rice breeds. So the customer has a specific breed of rice, and he needs to know whether his products are contaminated or not. So he does the nucleic DNA or RNA extraction to test. And these are also other applications, but I guess the most important one right now is the COVID-19 application. So I said before, we have 5 different kinds of steps for testing. And since there are no medicine now for COVID-19 for positive persons, the most important thing is for testing and to isolate the positive personnel with the negative ones. So you have specimen collection, DNA RNA extraction, and qPCR. That is the final result to see if the person is positive or negative. So our company can provide DNA and RNA extraction reagents plus DNA RNA extraction instruments, which results in automated extraction. So we have customers around the world. For Taiwan, at the moment, our government, which is CDC, are using our products for testing of all the persons in Taiwan. And we also have a lot of foreign customers. You can see on the you can see on the global map right now. These are the different countries that we have our systems in the country to help them to prevent the COVID-19 outbreak. So now I will introduce our products. So like I said before, our products are mainly focused on automated extraction instruments and reagent kits. These two combined together result in automated extraction, which means that you don't have to do the extraction manually. Okay, so these are some new products I want to represent. This is the latest product that we have, the Milestone 4800. You can see the numbers. These numbers represent the amount of samples you can work per run, which means that our run is basically around 40 minutes to have the purified DNA or RNA from the virus. And 48 means that you can operate 48 samples per run. So this is another new product that we have been working on together with Tican. the Maelstrom 3200. And this is a new one that we have been working on with our Taiwanese government, which is the Switch 8. And those products will be launched later this year. And for now, the products that we can represent and offer are these Maelstrom 9600 and Maelstrom 8. So the Maelstrom 9600 is basically, I guess, a lot of countries with larger populations will be more required, which is you can run 96 samples per test. Maelstrom 8 are more for research use, which you can use only 8 samples per test. And the LH system is one of our development to cooperate with TCAN, which is they have their robotic hands for downstream real-time PCR applications. And these are the other model types that we share with other technology with other companies. The Smart Lab Assist 32 and the Smart Lab Assist the 14800. So those are for the instruments, the automated instruments, and now you also need the reagents to operate nucleic acid extraction. So our reagent kits are basically categorized between different sample types. You can see on the screen below we have blood, plant, rice, and others. So according to your sample type, we can use this specific reagent for you to operate nucleic acid extraction. So our reagents, unlike other companies, our reagents are all pre-filled. So which means that we have a unique filling line to pre-fill all our reagents, which means that the chemicals for the reagents are all pre-filled in our consumables, which means you don't have to fill them manually. We have our own filling line production. This is a very delicate machine that fills the reagents to the consumables automatically. So this filling line, this unique filling line can produce around 800 reagents per day. So this is my presentation, and if you have any questions, you can look into our web or our Facebook, or you can just type your questions down below. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray, for your presentation. If you have any questions for Ray, you are always welcome to leave the question on the belowing link. And last but not the least, let's welcome the final speaker, Mr. Michael Chen from Arbor Technology, to present the screening solutions for epidemic prevention. Michael, please.
Thank you, Winnie. Hi, everyone. My name is Michael. I'm the Global Marketing Manager of Arbor Technology. And thank you very much for tuning in to my section here. And thanks for Taitra for inviting us to showcase our epidemic prevention solutions. As the global pandemic spreading around the world, there's a lot of things that's been changing around us, one way or another. And even today, the most effective way to prevent the virus from spreading or to slow it down is to keep social distance, wear surgical masks, and keep your hands clean. And even today, a lot of establishments are still working at home. So a lot of establishments are beginning to hire extra staffs ever since the beginning of the event from spreading to do one thing, which is to single entrance point check, single entrance checkpoints for fever screening. And then it started off as a manual handheld fever screening. From that point on, we advanced into an automated fever screening. And Arbor Technology started our fever screening solution actually quite early of this pandemic. And we have experience, and also we got a lot of feedback from our customer. We're learning from those, a lot of pinpoints of those technologies, including from the beginning times where a lot of people would be using perhaps wrong kind of fever screening, fever IR guns, but had to be using the industrial ones instead of medical ones. A lot of companies that will have equipment or thermal imaging equipment that will detect everything that's on the screen, and that's no good. And of course, with the more advanced ones, there's a lot of devices that ignores the environmental variables. For example, the temperature changes from morning to evening. And there's a lot of devices that probably just overly overpriced. So we combine our HMI and our thermal camera, and we're introducing a couple of devices. And here's the first one. This one is the fast fever screening solution. We call it the eGuardian S408. And S408 provides a very quick and precise fever detection. And the key of this product is for very fast and very easy deployment, and hassle-free to set up, high precision, of course I just mentioned that, and this is suitable for offices, hospitals, factories, a place like this where there's a single entry and exit point set up for screening solutions. So the S408 is designed to reduce physical contact for the fever screening process as for the manual ones where the person will have to check everybody's forehead, and that is a risk in itself. And our device is very accurate, and the error margin is only within 0.5 degrees Celsius. And the way it works is if the person passed through our device, and our software from the device will first detect if it's a person. You'll detect a human form first, and then you will detect for elevated temperature. And if the elevated temperature is detected, the HMI itself will sound an alarm, and the staff nearby will come to take further actions, perhaps to do a physical check with the handheld ones, or perhaps send the person to quarantine. And our device, we designed to be easy deployment, as I mentioned earlier. So we have two ways for the installation. First one would be the magnetic mount. The magnetic mount can be mounted onto any metal surface, so it's suitable for perhaps a metal door frame. And another way is with the tripod mount. So we use the 1/4-inch standard camera mounting holes, so it can be mounted to any light stands or tripods, things like this. And here I have a video. I'd like to invite you to watch this video with me as I let you know how this device works. So as you can see here, we have a calibration unit set up, where the upper one is a magnetic mount and the bottom one is the tripod mount. And both can be used with the same calibration unit. And everybody passes by will have an accurate reading because of the calibration unit is always actively on, and that can help with the environmental variables. And this way, our accuracy can remain really high. Now, with the system, we implemented the AI. So the AI will first detect the human form. To do this, because a lot of people, especially in the morning, they probably be bringing a cup of coffee to work and stuff like this. So you don't want it to be detecting the wrong object as the person's temperature. So with the AI implemented, you will only detect the person's forehead instead of the object that's holding in hand. Now, to set it out is really easy. You have the calibration unit set up. As long as it's in the screen, you put a cursor over there, it will automatically calibrate itself for the accurate temperature. And our device have two methods of setting up. If we can have it in the private setup, we call it, actually, it's like in a way in the offline setup. Or you can have it as a network setup. Now, the private setup is suitable for the environments that doesn't have a Wi-Fi connectivity for the internet. And in this way, where you will have the S4 itself set up, and you can have multiple devices connected to it to view the same screen. Where the network setup is a little bit different. You can have the information sent via the Wi-Fi router, and you can have any Android device connected to it, and add the edge computing process to see the screen, the image on the screen, on the thermal camera, to process that information and really on your Android device. And the video, or I should say the image can be sent as a video stream to other devices like your desktop PC. So you can view what's going on the thermal camera remotely. And obviously, for IoT device, we have developed software, a cloud software that you can send the information to the cloud and do further analytics. And here's our other device. This one is very different. Actually, it's the same but different. This is a 2-in-1 device where it detects your fever, detects for fever, as well as detects if you're wearing a mask. The way this device works is we combine our high performance and high-end medical panel computer with the thermal camera, high resolution thermal camera. And then our panel computer is obviously many medical certification, as you can see here on the screen. And then you will detect the person for elevated temperature, as well as you will detect the person for the mask, if it's wearing a mask or not. And here's a solution flow chart. When the person is detected for fever, if the person got an elevated temperature, or if not wearing a mask, the device itself will sound an alert. And the alert and the nearby staffs will come and do further action. Or it can actually send SMS and other instant messengers to your handheld devices. And then otherwise, the information that it detected will be sent to the cloud for data store, record keeping, trend monitoring, and other analytics that it can be done. And the video streaming is also available with this method. And our device is designed for flexibility in mind. Everything is designed with the standard mounting methods available. For example, the panel PC is a Versa 75, and the camera is the standard 1/4-inch camera mount. So this way, you're not locked down to the proprietary methods of installation. And this is really benefit to a lot of facilities that have perhaps existing mounting methods that they can just easily replace their current ones to their current infrastructure. And our device also supports external video output. That way, the placement can be really easy to set out, not restricted to the single screen. So as I mentioned about versatile installation, the device itself is suitable for single entry places like offices, business buildings, things like this, shopping malls. And the trolley design is really good. Many people use this method of doing thermal checks. Now, I got an example for you. Say, for example, in a hospital, in the places where ground clearance is very important to them, emergency room entrance, stuff like this. Our mounting method is so compatible to most of the mounting methods that you can easily mount it onto the wall and keep the ground clearance and continue the fever screening process. And our AI is extremely fast. For the mass detection, it's less than 50 milliseconds of detection rate. And then our AI is built with 8,000 images. So that's actually quite comprehensive. We use this Intel Core i5-based system. It's actually got a very high performance. And with this kind of performance, we're able to detect multiple people at the same time. And we can run 2 different kinds of AI. One is for the mask, one is for the fever detection. And we can do all of that without losing any frame rate. For each of our system, it comes with the health monitor system. This is the cloud platform where it stores your data. And you can set a warning condition. If the condition are met, it will send out a warning. And then you will also tell you the ratios of those detection results. So we protect your privacy. Now, the way we design our product, we use RGB camera. We combine it with the thermal camera. As the thermal camera, sometimes we have the property of transparency. So devices like this are placed in the public. So we combine the 2 images and we only show the RGB camera results, and then we place the thermal results right above the object that's detecting. This way, you only display the result of the camera, RGB camera, instead of the possibility for a transparency issue. And the data we collected, you'll only collect data regarding to temperatures and the mask wearing and the relative images of a person that's not wearing a mask or having an elevated temperature. So in this case, there's no identity issues. Okay, so today I brought the light demo here. I will quickly show you the light demo here, over there. As you can see, I have my colleague here. This is our S4OA. Right now it's already set up here at Tetra. And as you can see here, we set it out here a little while ago. And then we only use a really simple tripod here to set it up. And then right over there, you can see that's a calibration unit. And then, so the temperature that's displayed on the screen is extremely accurate, even at the setup that we just set it out a little while ago. And this is very easy to install, even in the pinch that you need to do it really quickly. And here we have the LK403. The LK403 here, you can see my colleague here is wearing a mask. So the square on the screen is showing green. And when he takes it off, immediately it will display in gray, which is he's not wearing the glove. And then the temperature screening is showing 36 degrees. And that's just like the other one that you just saw on the S4OA. It's very accurate. And at the bottom, where this image is taken, that's when the person not wearing a mask, you will take a picture, and then all the data will be referenced with that picture's taken time for later to use. And all of the data will be sent to our cloud server, and the cloud server will show you all of those results and monitoring data, such as the ratio of wearing and not wearing a mask, such as how many people have been tested for the fever temperature, and how many people actually have elevated temperature. Here are some analytics results that you can check out. And you can set up your own. Conditions for this sort of analytic warnings. So that will be all for my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael, for your presentations and the demonstrations. And now I believe that there are many questions for you guys. So we're going to move on to the QA sessions. Due to the time constraint, we're going to pick a few questions for the QA sessions. And for the first one, we're going to invite Madeleine to answer the question for us. What's the difference between hybrid lights and traditional UV products? Please.
Okay, to answer your questions about the traditional traditional lamp that you see normally sitting on the ceiling of the operation rooms, in the operation rooms, those type of UV lamp takes around 7-8 hours overnight to disinfect the operation rooms, which sometimes potentially leads to damaging the furnitures or coloring the furnitures in the operation rooms or the disinfect rooms. However, for hyperlights, we apply Armagon UVC lamp. It's a high UVC dosage room, takes only 5 to 10 minutes per cycle to disinfect the rooms. So the time is different, and also the less time to use means that the less chance of damaging the furnitures and the covering the furnitures in the operation rooms or target disinfect area. And the high performance takes 5 to 10 minutes, could disinfect the area 5 meters radius irradiations. Okay, for more information on hyperlights, please feel free to contact us via our website, LinkedIn, or Facebook, that we look forward to speak to you soon.
Thank you, Cherry, for answering. And here's the next question. The next question is for Yiting. What's the capability right now? Can you take emergency orders? And Cassie, please.
Thank you for asking. And our capacity, we now can produce 600,000 pieces per day, and sometimes up to 800,000 pieces per day. And because we are still going to put more machines into our company, so we believe next month, we can reach 1 million per day. And can we take emergency orders? Yes, of course. So please contact me right now, and we can take your inquiry 24/7 every day. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, Cassie, for your answering. And for the next question, I would like to invite Syntax. And does Syntax have any experience of exporting to Europe and US for coveralls and isolation gowns? Jenny, please.
Thank you for the question. Like I said before in my presentation, that it is important to have the right kind of certifications and approvals from different countries in the world. And so, of course, currently Syntax does have a lot of the certifications and approvals. And so, yes, we do have a lot of experience in exporting to Europe and US and even to other countries around the world. So it is really important to know that we do have ready-made items. So as soon as you give me an email or just Google us Syntax on the website, and you'll be able to contact me, and then we can do shipments right away. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. And the next question, I would like to welcome Taiwan Advanced Nanotech. And the question is, which steps for your systems is automatic, and which steps should a customer operate annually?
That's a good question. So I did say before that our system is automated. The main purpose of automated extraction is for minimizing the time and having more testing results per hour. However, there are some limitations, and for each system, there are still 2 steps that you need to do manually. The first step is for your nasal swab, which is the typical samples for COVID-19 at the moment, to put them in our first well of the lysis buffer well. And the second step is after all the automated extraction are completed, you need to take out the DNA or purified RNA for downstream applications, for example, real-time PCR. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray, for answering. And here's our last question due to the time constraint. The last question is for Albert, and the question is, what's the software support? Michael, please.
Thank you for the question. That's a pretty good question, actually. As I have already mentioned, by default, the system will be storing data such as how many people wearing a mask, the ratio of people wearing a mask or not, elevated temperature records, and the ratio between that and how many people that actually don't have the fever. Now, that's the default setup. And we also offer SDKs. If you like to build your own software, you can also build it onto the cloud that you choose. And there's so many possibilities. I hope that answers the question. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And due to the time limitations, and this will be the end of our QA session. Thank you all for joining us for today's webinar. We hope this event will provide rich information. As a follow-up and providing further discussion, we're going to send out files of today's presentation, the response of today's unanswered questions, as well as the questionnaire. Please kindly provide the feedback of any kind so we can facilitate further discussion. Thank you again for looking forward to receiving your feedback. Have a nice remaining day. Thank you.